Hey y'all, Connor here from Kamerastore.com, back with a holiday guide for different things that you can get from our website, Kamerastore.com. We have some used items, we have some new items. No matter what holiday you celebrate, if you're a photographer or know someone who is, we have the gift for you. Let's get right to it. Let's start with used products. One of the greatest things about what we do here is that we are recycling used products, often 50, 60 years old even. And we think that's a great thing, especially around the holidays. There's so many new products being made that getting something used is a great way to help the environment in the sense that that new product doesn't have to get made and the old product doesn't go to the landfill. So why not consider a used product this holiday season? Let's start with cameras. We have lots of different options on our site. We have a few different camera kit collections on our site that we can put links to in the description. But basically, there's cameras at all different price points, and you get sort of different experiences and different features with them. So starting with something relatively low end, we have something like the Canon EOS 300, EOS Rebel 2000 in North America. This was made in incredibly high numbers, a very, very basic SLR Canon EF mount, so there's modern lenses being made for it. Very cheap. These are normally under 50 euros, even working properly. But a great camera. We have a lot of people on our staff here that swear by these and have used a whole bunch of different bodies because they're very cheap. So if something does go wrong, it's not such a hassle to replace it. For somebody that maybe is just sort of getting into film, or maybe they have Canon cameras and lenses already, this can be a great choice because the lenses are intercompatible with digital cameras. If you're looking for something a little bit different, we also have something like a Minolta. The Minolta Dynax series are very similar. I mean, they look pretty similar, but just a different mount. These can be even cheaper because this is sort of a dead mount. They're not making it anymore. Lots of different lenses out there, lots of different bodies out there. All of them pretty good and relatively cheap. So that's sort of what I would recommend maybe to a beginner, or somebody that maybe has a point and shoot and is looking to upgrade to something with a bit more features. Moving sort of to a middle-ish price point, we have maybe a few more sort of manual cameras. Like this is a Pentax P30. It is plastic, but you still have manual control of your shutter speed with a dial, manual film advance and rewind, which are important for the sort of feeling of analog photography. It's kind of a hard thing to describe, but a lot of people like to talk about having the manual advance and the manual dials connects you a bit more to your shot. And so a camera like this will do that a bit more than something that's very automatic like these. Great camera. Pentax K mount, lots of lenses available. If you have any issues or you're not a camera person and you're looking for a gift for a photographer, reach out to our customer service team. We'll be happy to find you a camera that works, a lens that works, a kit that works, anything that works. Moving just a tiny bit higher, I have a kit now. This is a Minolta X700, and this will be sort of a camera and lens maybe around the 500-ish euros from our store, and that means that it's been fully checked, cleaned, you know that it's working properly, and the lens is in good condition. This is a really, really great camera. It's sold very well. This is sort of Minolta's equivalent of the Canon AE1, which maybe you know, that's probably the most well-known film camera out there. Yeah, a really, really excellent camera that gives you a lot of features, a lot of advanced sort of automatic modes that can be nice for a mid-level photographer or a beginner as well, but still delivers that, you know, classic feel that we love with all the dials and the nice sounds and yeah, clicky stuff. Moving up to that highest end, we have an example being a Hasselblad 500C. This is a medium format camera that our mechanics have taken apart, have meticulously cleaned and calibrated all to work together as a kit. It's a camera that is a modular camera, so you can basically build it to work however you want it to, which is really cool and lets you do whatever kind of photography you want. These are a great gift if your person knows what they want. If they've shot all the different 35mm cameras and your budget is quite high. These are very rare. These were designed for professional use only back in the day, so really only professional photographers would have these. Amateurs wouldn't often have them, but nowadays the market is different, and if you're a really high-end enthusiast, this could be your dream camera. So why not buy it from us, because we fix them and know how they work, and it should work for years into the future. Now, all the way to the other end of the spectrum, there are lots of different accessories out there that you can use that might be cool or interesting. Accessories can be good if maybe you're not a camera person and don't feel comfortable sort of picking a lens or picking a body. Something like a filter or a lens hood or an adapter, perhaps, can be a great choice. Speaking of filters, we have lots of different options. Filters basically screw in, usually, to the front of a lens, so it would sort of sit like that. This one doesn't fit this camera, but yeah, that's the one thing you're going to want to check if you're buying filters. These have a very strong effect. You can see it's super red. If your loved one does a lot of black and white photography, a colored filter like this can really dramatically change the contrast of the photo in a cool way. If they do a lot of color stuff, there are some other sort of special effect filters that might be cool, something like a star filter or a cross screen that can sort of add an effect to the image. Some really cool things are out there. So again, if you have any questions or you're not sure, reach out to our customer service team. If you know what lenses they have, we can find a filter that fits and one that should suit their photography style. If you know somebody who does a lot of digital photography, but maybe wants to dip their toes into the analog world, an adapter is a really great choice. If you know what camera they have, it can help you find the right adapter and the right lens. So basically what an adapter does is it takes one lens, say for example, this Minolta lens. This mounting mechanism here is meant to work on this camera. But if I want to use it on this one, I need a sort of intermediate ring that converts the mounting here to the mounting here. But with adapters, it's possible. And that allows you to use these much older lenses. This lens is probably from the 70s on this much newer camera. This is probably from around 2000. And the same applies to modern digital cameras, especially with modern mirrorless ones from companies like Sony, Fujifilm, Panasonic, or Olympus. Just the way that they're built, they're very able to adapt lenses like this, which can give you very cool effects. Some very famous lenses like the Helios 44, for example, are well known for the way that they render things. It has a very swirly bokeh, which is the out of focus area. That's a look that's really hard to replicate with modern lenses. So lots of people choose to adapt those. So yeah, when you're adapting, just if you're not sure, try to figure out what camera your loved one has. Reach out to us. We'll be happy to help you find the right adapter. And if they don't have any lenses, a lens to fit it. And it can really expand somebody's photography and provide a creative spark. Like I said, older lenses tend to have some interesting characteristics, whereas modern lenses maybe are a little bit sharper, but more clinical and less creative in some ways. So adapting is a really fun thing that you can do. That about covers our used items for this gift guide. Let's move on to some new products, because even though we like to encourage you to buy used, there are some new products being brought to market that are very exciting, as well as some things that you just can't buy used. For example, film. You can't buy used film. It's already been shot. But you can buy Santacolor, which is our in-house film. We've had this for a couple of years now. This is color film. It's 100 ISO, has a very warm color palette and very fine grain as well, and works well with a flash if you're taking, family photos at Christmas dinner or something like that, or some other holiday event. Pick some of that up. We'll have a link in the description below. Next, we have the Pentax 17, which is a very cool piece of kit. This is a brand new film camera from a major manufacturer in Pentax, who has not made a new film camera in a long time, probably like 20 years. This was a long time coming, and a lot of collaboration between Pentax and a lot of people in the film industry, including us. We had a great time with the camera. We did a whole review of it. This is discounted, 50 euros right now, so that's a holiday deal. Great camera, highly recommended. Zone focus, half frame, which is great, I think, for beginners, because one of the reasons film can be a little intimidating to people is that it can be expensive. Doing half frame means you get twice as many shots per roll, which effectively makes each shot cost half as much. Pretty simple math, and the image quality more than stands up for itself. So the pictures look good, and you get twice as many of them. What's not to love? So for a beginner or a middle-level photographer as well, this is a great carry-everywhere camera. And for our final piece of new equipment, we have another thing that we've built ourselves. This is the Valoi EZ35. So Valoi, if you don't know, is our in-house camera scanning brand. These are tools and equipment that you can use to digitize your film. These products, again, are designed to make photography, film photography, more accessible and cheaper in the long run. This is an upfront cost instead of having your lab scan your film for you every time. So if you're shooting quite a bit of film, this is a great option and lowers your cost dramatically. So this EZ35 is basically a light source. You feed the film through here and use these extension tubes, attach them to your digital camera, and then basically take pictures of the negative. And then you would convert them in some sort of software like Lightroom or Negative Lab Pro. One of the reasons this is a great product is that you have full control over the color and framing of your negatives. So you can get it to look exactly how you want it to. Whereas with a lab scan, you're always going to have somebody else's opinion about your pictures, for better and for worse. So I would recommend this to people that are a little more advanced, that know that they're shooting quite a bit, and maybe have started questioning the logic of their lab sometimes. I know I've definitely done it. Been like, oh, that's more red than I thought that it should be. And then it's much harder to correct afterwards, but when you scan it yourself, you have full control. But this is a great sort of entry point. Only 35mm film, but very small, very compact. You can bring it with you wherever you go, basically, and scan your film. So a great option and something we're proud to put together and assemble here, to have built from the ground up and to have it be part of our business. So, and we're happy to see so many people enjoying it as well. That was a lot of stuff, and it can be overwhelming if you're not a photography person. So we also offer gift cards for our website, so you can buy, a physical, or it's not a physical card, it'll be a digital card. But any increment from 200 to 500 euros, you can buy it and gift it to somebody, and then they can spend the money on whatever they want in terms of getting lenses or filters or any of the stuff we mentioned here. If your loved one has a lot of stuff already and is maybe very particular about what they like, that might be a good route for you. Again, reach out to our customer service. If you're not sure, we can help set something up for you. Otherwise, that just about covers what we have here for our holiday gift guide. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great holiday season and spend it with your loved ones. I hope you capture some memories on film or digital. And have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.